Foreign culture that are completely against our Filipino culture and culture that is similar to Filipino culture is that American culture is against our Filipino culture, particularly based on the way we eat, the budol fight, without using spoon and fork because for them, it is very dirty. The Spanish culture is very similar to Filipino culture because the Philippines was colonized way back then. Examples are religious gathering, fiestas, and some words that we use today such as counting numbers like uno, dos, tres, cuatro, and cinco, that is the current words that they use while counting numbers also. Filipino culture that you frown upon, the Filipino time, because 15 to 30 minutes later than the set of time starting or arriving at the events. That is waste of time of others.
Good day. So the country that is similar culture to the Philippines is Thailand. Transportation in Thailand and the Philippines are very similar. They both have a whole new slew of options which probably contributes to the chaos you'll see on the roads. Long distance travel are usually done by buses and ferries, while daily transportation is done by rail, motorbikes, taxis, and Grab Uber. So the country that has different culture as Philippines is Korea. Unlike in the Philippines, Koreans do not have a tradition of inviting people over to their homes to have a dinner or even just hang out. And it has nothing to do with the sizes of their houses. I used to be bothered by this, but I've come to accept that even if I offer my own room for them to stay in a while in Manila, I probably won't get to see their door in Korea. So the culture of the Philippines that I was frowned upon is the superstitious belief. Because I don't believe some of the superstitious beliefs, just like don't lie down when you just got finished eating. Thank you.
Example of foreign culture that are completely against our Filipino culture is Latin American culture. Latin American culture is the formal or informal expression of the people of Latin America and includes both high culture and popular culture, as well as religion and other customary practices. These are generally Western origin but have various degrees of Native American, African, and Asian influence. Similar example of Filipino culture is Spaniards. Spaniards or Spanish people are a Romance nation native to Spain. Within Spain, there are a number of national and regional ethnic identities that reflect the country's complex history and diverse cultures, including a number of different languages, among which Spanish is the majority language and the only one that is official throughout the whole country. Filipino culture that I frown upon is hiya, or the Filipino concept of shame. The behavior of the Filipino people is largely governed by hiya, a distinguished Filipino concept meaning a sense of shame. Filipino are motivated by the need to prevent embarrassment at all costs.
Good day, I'm Kit P. Matias, and the country that has same culture to Philippines is the country of Guam. Guam is home to a cosmopolitan community as well as traditional Comoros. The culture is heavily influenced by both Spanish and American norms. Everything from holidays, government and the media is undoubtedly American. Same in the Philippines. Guam known for its white sand beaches and crystal clear ocean waters. Guam is a perfect destination for families, honeymooners, divers, and anyone looking to relax and get away from crowded city life. The cultural setting of Saudi Arabia is something different to Philippines because Saudi is greatly influenced by the Arab and Islamic culture. The society is in general deeply religious, conservative, traditional. Many attitudes and traditions are centuries old, derived from Arab civilization and Islamic heritage. They are strict and they don't bless as a sign of respect. And the one Filipino culture I frown upon is that the Filipinos love to celebrate party, fiesta, and etc. Even though they don't have money. They even go to debt just to bring pleasure and to prepare something to other people.
So the foreign country that I choose that is completely against the Filipino culture is the United States of America. So first is the family. So Filipinos usually live with their parents until they're 20 or 30, while in the America they usually live until they're 18 and they need to find their own job in their own home. Next is the elderly. Filipinos usually call their grandparents as lolo for grandfather and lola for grandmother. But there in the United States of America they usually call their grandparents as in their first names. Next is the attitude. Usually Filipinos when they get into an argument, they usually use their emotions and not the facts. But there in America, they are open-minded to any suggestions. Next is the work ethic. So Filipinos usually are lazy and do procrastinations a lot. But there in the America, they usually have good ethics and work their jobs on time.